Hi, you're watching Investment Insights, and in this video I'd like to talk about investment advice. When you go out there and you start to do your research, you're going to be inundated with all kinds of investment advice. Do this, don't do this, do that, look at this, don't look at that, don't touch this, so forth, so forth. But essentially, it's all the same. Any guru out there that tries to sell you an investment book or program, ebook, seminars, whatever, all the advice is the same. It doesn't take a genius to work that one out. And I liken investment advice to bodybuilding advice or keeping fit advice. From a personal point of view, when I first looked into losing weight and going to the gym, I was looking at all sorts of resources. I do my research. I looked at all sorts of programs and what people were advertising, and at the end of it, I just worked out that all the advice is the same. You gotta eat well, you gotta exercise regularly, and you gotta sleep well. And that's the gist of it. It doesn't take a genius to work out that, regardless of what they call it, hypertrophy training or special dieting, just all these fancy name programs. Man, I don't even remember most of them because I just gave up. I just said, look, it's all the same. You want to increase your metabolism by working out, by stimulating your body to burn fat. It's all the same story. It all comes down to the same philosophy: eating well, exercising regularly, and getting enough rest. Plain and simple. Investment advice is exactly the same thing. It doesn't matter if a person changes a little bit of terminology or throws in extra jargon here and there or gives it a big fancy name. I can list many examples, and unfortunately I can't because these guys are going to sue me. But go on Google and type in best advice for picking stocks or best investment advice. And when you read them all, or read through the ads, it's just spend $19 and get an ebook or join our seminar program or whatever. And at the end of the day, the investment advice will be exactly what I've been saying to you all this time. And that is, you got to be educated. You got to learn what you're dealing with. You got to learn what the consequences of your actions are going to be. You have to educate yourself about the stock itself, the companies. You have to do a lot of research. And research is not just reading. You got to look at companies' balance sheets. You've got to look at what drives the economy. You got to look at the investing environment. All the advice is the same. Anybody who tells you there's a magic formula for making money through better stock picking or better investing or making $1 million through real estate rental properties, the advice across all sectors at any period of time, given any condition, will be the same. And anybody who tells you there's a magic formula that stands out from all others is treating you like a sucker. And if you believe it, then you're a fool. So don't waste your money on buying expensive ebooks or expensive books from the bookshops. Don't waste your money on seminars. All you have to do is understand what you're doing be comfortable with what you're doing, become good at what you're doing through good education, through good research, and through a good understanding of the financial world around you. Plain and simple. And if you want, for the advice I've just given you, feel free to send me $20. I was only kidding, by the way. But I just shake my head that all these people waste all this money and all this time and participate in all sorts of, I can't call them scams because they're educational programs. They're all doing a good job. You know what? I'm not bagging them. What I'm bagging is people who go out there and believe that they've found a secret to investing. That whatever ebook they've signed up for or whatever book that they've bought is going to be the answer to all their problems. Well, if you're one of them, I'm sorry to say, you're a fool.